everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Bhoopesh. After a long time, I'm recording this session. Hope you guys are doing perfectly well. So yeah, today we're gonna talk about the process exporter, why it is important, and why we need to monitor how we need to monitor certain processes using this exporter. And this works very well in non-Kubernetes as well as the Kubernetes-based environments. Today, we're gonna see the Kubernetes flavor for this because non-Kubernetes is fairly easy and straightforward. Okay, so let's see the Kubernetes version for this. Last but not the least, if you have not liked and subscribed the channel, please do that from here because we have plenty of videos pertaining to Grafana, OpenTelemetry, AWS Cloud, Python, or the other DevOps concepts. There's your pipeline and so on. Right. Let's get into the agenda quickly. So what we're gonna do today? It's a proper practical based session. There's no theory involved and we'll be first of all installing Grafana on Kubernetes cluster. It is a Minikube K3D cluster. You can watch other videos if you really want to understand how to create a K3D cluster on a Ubuntu machine. And then we'll install process exporter on this cluster using a Helm chart, and then we will import a relevant process exporter dashboard, and finally we will visualize the metrics on the dashboard. Now, what is the use of this process exporter? This is widely used to understand what are the important or what are the top 10 or top 20 processes that are actually killing your machine or that is taking the maximum CPU, memory, and IO. So that is the reason process exporter is widely used in addition to node exporter, right? Node exporter does things at the node level, but process exporter does things at the process level, like the PID level, right? So let's get into the quickly the agenda. So this is the GitHub page that I've created. It's a process exporter GitHub uh, you know repository where I have given all the important steps. First of all, we will install the Prometheus stack. Basically, we'll bring up Grafana, and then we'll install process exporter. We'll check the matrices on Grafana, and then finally we'll import a sample dashboard to see whether the uh, matrices are coming from process explorer or not. Perfect. So my cluster is already running. I want to this. Uh, I've already cloned this repository to my local, and now I'm following this README documentation. This is my README documentation. So first step is definitely to install Grafana. This is a fairly straightforward procedure to just run this Helm chart. If you don't have added this Helm chart to your repository, you can simply run the above two commands and this will be added to your repository. Since it is already added to me, so it is just will do a quick update. And then if Grafana is not there, it will install it. If it is already there, it will upgrade it. So I'll just run this command and I can see uh, okay, it is installing. It will take some time, maybe few seconds or maybe 20-30 seconds to bring up this Helm chart. Okay, I can see pods are coming up. Yeah, the Helm chart is deployed. I can see the second revision of this Helm chart is being deployed, and I can see all the pods are running. Fine. Yes, it is slowly coming up. Let me see the Grafana service. Grafana service is there. Let me port forward this service. Okay, I'll come onto the home page. I'll check the matrices. I've just installed Grafana. I've not done anything, fancy. So let me first of all see whether the matrices are coming or not. I'm not installed the process exporter till now. I'll do last 15 minutes maybe. Okay. So there was slight glitch, but yeah, I just ran this command to understand what are the important matrices that are coming from this. So if I scroll down, I can see the kubestate matrix, the container level matrices are coming from kubelet. the API server and the core DNS, and all the node exporter, other metrics are coming here, right? Now there is no process exporter metrics that I can see it. Now I will install my process exporter Helm chart. Okay, so there's already this is my Helm chart that is there. Okay, let me just quickly explain that in a template. So it contains your daemon set, which will be installed on each node. Okay, uh, that will capture all the processes. Fine. The endpoint, the cluster role binding, pod security policy, which is being deprecated from 1.29 onward. There's a service account, service monitor, which will actually make sure that the matrices endpoint is being captured or being read by the Prometheus stack. Service monitors will like actually keep a track of your service with the help of this release equals to Grafana. See, with this label. If you're not sure how this works, maybe you can do the other videos. But to make sure the Grafana scrape the the exporter metric, we need to have this label added to our exporter. Perfect. Now, what are the important thing that I want to show it in values in this? So you can see this group. So what we are saying, please make sure you are monitoring these kind of processes like Bash, Sync, FCP, SSH, Chromium, Brew, Prometheus, GVIM, service monitors enabled. This is my service. I'm just trying to go through the important items. Service account, liveness, probeness, readiness is also enabled, security context, and that is pretty much okay. So important point to be noted in this. Uh, this is the group that is being used in our daemon set. Okay. Mm, let's quickly check this guy here. Okay, it should be coming from here. Fine. So let's quickly go and run this process exporter. Now this exporter will actually capture all the processes and will send to Grafana as a as a scraping endpoint. Okay, so I'll come to this. I'm in that folder already. So let me do a dry run first before executing it. Okay. So what it is doing, it is creating a service monitor. Okay, and then it's gonna create this daemon set. Now this daemon set you will see uh, this config. This is the config that will get injected. Fine. And what is the config that will get injected? Now this is the service cluster role binding, cluster role. Yeah, this is the config map. See, I was telling you this config.yaml will be injected in my daemon set, so it will scan all these kind of processes. I can increase the number of processes from here also. Right? I hope you got it now. So daemon set is getting installed on each and every node to capture the important process or the top 10 processes or top 20 process on that node with this help of this config map, and that config map is being called here. Yeah, see the config process Prometheus process exporter. Now you see the chronology. So first of all, we are defining the what all process needs to be monitored into a config map, and that config map is being called into a daemon set, which will actually get stick to each and every node, and then it will fetch all the important processes. Fine. So let me remove the dry run, and then let me install this Helm chart also. Okay, this Helm chart is also installed now. I'll just quickly mm, do one thing. I'll do HL Helm list so I can see both the Helm charts are installed. I'll do a KGP kubectl get port. So process exporter container is still coming up. Okay, it is a bit heavy exporter that generally takes time. Okay, so this is up. Let me see the service. K port forward of process exporter, and it is running on 9100 port. Okay, let me see what all matrices are coming on 9100 port. The matrix endpoint. See, process exporter. All these matrices are already coming. So the more we include things on the config map, these matrices will get increase for my particular node. Perfect. So let me get back to my Grafana board now. The Grafana is already up and running on 3000 port. So I'll just going simply come and run this query again. I should see for last 5 minutes, I should see process exporter should come. Yeah, see process exporters also started coming from 91 matrices from last. What is the color for this? Uh, Process exporter where I can see that. Okay, yes, this is the, so you can see it has just started coming up. Okay, perfect. Now let me go back and import the dashboard so that I can see uh, dashboard pertaining to process export. Not with, definitely I have data for other dashboard, but I'm not looking the other dashboard. Let me just go back to the process exporter one. Go to my documentation, and then I've already checked. This is the one of the important metric that you can check, but let me skip this. Let me import this dashboard number 249. So I go with my Grafana board, import 249. I'll do a load. I'll select the Prometheus data source. I click import. Correct. So you can see data is started coming up. That is okay. This is just a warning. So you can see data is started to see data is started to coming up in this. So what it is showing your number of processes. Okay. CPU, read byte, write bytes, resident memory, virtual memory for each processor. The data has started to coming, and there are lot other dashboard that you can pull up, especially on a process exporter. But just to recap, what we have done so far, we have actually done only how many steps? 3 steps. We have installed Grafana, we have installed process exporter, and then we have imported important dashboard on processes, and then we can create any number of panels in that dashboard. That is a sample dashboard. You can take it to next level, and then everything is coming nicely. The only one thing which you need to remember very clearly, service monitor should have the same label, the the label that you are giving for the your release of Grafana. Otherwise, the Grafana will not be able to read this process exporter matrices, which is coming on matrix endpoint. So this is a standalone activity, but the moment you enable service monitor with this label, the matrix will go to Grafana, right? So just keep a check on this item. So that is pretty much. Let me wrap up this session. Hope you liked it. If you not, maybe you can post your comments. What all the additional things that you're looking forward to it. And similarly, you can install Process Exporter on non-Kubernetes environment that I'm not going to give demo. That is fairly easy. So definitely do like and subscribe the channel. And if you have any further queries, post into the comment section. And yes, from here, do not forget to like and subscribe so that you can get other videos in the same playlist or some other playlist. Okay, then. Goodbye for now. Thank you. Bye bye.